Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what we have for you here is we're going to make two videos up. One for the front half of this 5.7 review, which is just graphing inequalities and or quadratic inequalities, and then I will make a second video up showing you the back. So there is some new stuff on this. But here we go. Let's get going with this. So y is greater than negative 5x squared. For this, I'm making my xy chart, much like we've been doing constantly, and x equals negative b over 2a. Please note that I only have an x squared, so my b has to be just 0. So it's just going to be 0 as my main point. Alright, simple enough. And I'm building around this like I normally do. Please, if you are not understanding this right here, please come see me and talk to me. Okay, please make that a point. When you plug this in, 0 for x up here, you just get 0. You plug a 1 in, we get negative 5. Plug a 2 in, 2 squared is 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. Alright, now, for all inequalities, this is all I need. I just need that, my AOS labeled, and I don't need domain and range. So let's take a look here. 0, 0 is as such. Negative 1, negative 5. Here's my 1, negative 5. Please note it's greater than, so it's going to be a dashed line. Okay, and you can do a test point if you'd like. All right, hopefully you guys see a trick. If it's greater than, it's just above. Let's do a test point just to verify that. I'm going to pick point, let's go 1, 1, this point right here. And again, you can pick whatever point you want. Plugging it up here is 1 greater than negative 5 times 1 squared. So basically is 1 greater than negative 5. That is true. So I know this point works. So I'm going to shade that part of it. Okay, there we go. That's all I'm looking for, really. Okay. We should be in good shape. So taking a look at our next one. Y is less than or equal to x squared plus 8x plus 16. Again, x equals negative b divided by 2a. Negative 8 divided by 2 times 1, so negative 4. 2 back, 2 forward. Alright, so my AOS, x equals negative 4, plugging this back in. Negative 4 squared gives me 16. Minus 32 is negative 16, and plus 16 is 0. If you guys want to see this on the calculator, let me show you a real quick way to do this. So, okay, I've got negative 4 squared, right, plus 8 times negative 4 plus 16. Okay, 0. And then if I hit second enter on the calculator, it brings up the last thing that was typed in. So I can come over here and just, instead of putting negative 4, and type negative 3 in. So that gives me 1 and 1. And again, second enter. Let's put negative 2 in here. Four. Okay. So I got all my points. Negative 4, 0 is back here. 2, 4. Then we got negative 3, 1. Negative 5, 1. And negative 6, 4. And negative 2, 4. Alright, this is less than or equal to, so I can make a solid line for this one. Alright, I'm going to do a test point. We'll do 0, 0. So test 0, 0. 0 is less than or equal to, and I'm putting 0 in for y. Less than or equal to 0 squared plus 8 times 0 is 0, and then 16. Do you guys think 0 is less than 16? I'm hoping that we're saying a resounding yes. So that means that this point works. So I want everything on that side of it. There we go. Okay? So, looking good so far. Okay? Just make sure you have a dash for greater than, less than, solid for less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Alright? Okay, two more. Number 3, y is greater than negative x squared plus 5x minus 2. Same idea. Negative 5, negative b divided by 2a. 2 times negative 1. Please be careful with the negative signs. I'm kind of realizing that's a little difficulty there. So we get negative positive 2.5. I just said be careful and I make a mistake, right? So here's my xy. My AOS is x equals 2.5. Now I'm going to go back to 2, forward to 3, then back to 1, forward to 4. I talked about this in class. Make your life easier. Decimals they're not that bad, but just to make your life simpler. All right, I can go back a half, forward a half, and then go back 1, forward 1. It's still all symmetric. So this time I have negative parentheses 2.5 squared plus 5 times 2.5, and then minus 2. So 4.25. And then I want to change that 2.5 to, let's say, 3. Like the rest of this junk. 3. Alright, 4. And lastly, if I put a 4 in here, we got 2. Alright. So 2.5 is between 2 and 3, and then up to 4.25, right around here. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's in the general ballpark. 3, 4, 2, 4, and then 1, 2, and 4, 2. Greater than, this is going to be a dashed line. Okay. Since 0, 0 is really, really close there, I'm not going to pick that point. I'm going to pick something like negative 3, 0. So I'm going to go with this one. Oops. So I'm testing negative 3 comma 0. So 0 is greater than negative 3 squared plus 5 times negative 3 minus 2. 0 is greater than negative 9 because negative 3 squared is 9. Minus 15 minus 2. We're looking at negative 24, negative 26. Is 0 greater than negative 26? Absolutely. This is true. That means this point works. So I'm shading that side. Okay. Awesome. All right. Last one here. Y is less than or equal to 2x squared plus x minus 3. Much the same. Negative b is negative 1. My b is 1. Divided by 2 times a. 2 times 2. I have negative 1/4. So AOS is x equals negative 1/4. Now, negative 1/4. My bad. Yeah, there we go. This one, is going to probably drive you nuts, all right? And the reason I'm saying that is because, you know how I mentioned for this last one over here, I can go back to 2, then go back to 1, right? With negative 1/4, negative 2.25, somebody just write that again, I don't like the way it looks. Negative 0.25. I can't make it that simple. So what I'm going to just encourage you guys to do is just say, hey, negative 1.25, negative 2.15, or 25. Then go forward to, if I add 1 to here, all right, what you got to think about is negative 0.25 plus 1 is 0.75. If I add 1 again, I get 1.75. Please don't panic at that. Okay, it's just a decimal, and yes, I know it's changing, but you're maintaining on plus 1, minus 1, plus 2, minus 2, all right? So I am especially going to use the calculator here because I don't want to deal with all those fractions. So I've got here 2 times negative 0.25 squared plus negative 0.25, okay, and then minus 3. So I have negative 3.125. Now I'm going to come back here. I'm going to change this to 0.75. ditch the negative sign, and then make this 0.75. Ditch that. It looks good. Okay. Negative 1.125. And then finally, just putting in 1.75. I have to insert this, so second delete, which is 1. It's your insert button. $4.875. Alright, so some ugly numbers, but it is what it is. Negative 0.25 and then down negative 3.125, so I'm right here. Roughly about there. There's my vertex. 0.75 and then negative 1.125. Roughly about here. I can flip that over then. Let's see here. Negative 1.25. Try your best to maintain your symmetry. For a problem like this, for as ugly as the numbers are, it might help to draw yourself your line of symmetry, your axis of symmetry, so I can see I'm flipping it right across here. Lastly, 1.75 is 4.875. So right about here, as such, and then I'm just flipping it across. Okay, let me just double check that, negative 2.25. Right about there. Okay. Now it is less than or equal to, so I'm doing a solid line. Alright. I'm going to test the point, let's say let's do 0, 0, see if this works. Test 0, 0. Is 0 less than or equal to negative 3? Hopefully you guys see that's a no, so I'm not going to shade inside of here. I'm going to shade the outside part. Alright. So this is just a short video showing you guys how to graph 4 of these inequalities. Alright. We're going to get time with practice today and as well as tomorrow as well. So we will get there. You guys do have the graphing calculators. You can use these to help you out. Alright. But hopefully this makes sense. Alright. All the work's right here. And I'll have the answer key posted soon. So as always, good luck. We're all counting on you.